Hi everyone, I'm Shivani. Now we are going to discuss topic about basic procedure of flowchart in chapter 7. So contents of this are in basic procedure of flowchart. We will discuss about creating a basic flowchart in software Visu and how to plan and draw flowchart and when to use flowchart. Basic procedure of flowchart. Here materials are needed for this basic procedure of flowchart. Here we are using the sticky notes like handmade. Sticky notes or cards you can use, and flip chart paper or newsprint, and marking pen. These are the materials needed for handmade flowchart. So first, what we have to do is first define the process to be diagrammed, like which flowchart you are going to draw, and after that we have to write title at the top of the that paper, at the top of the paper, and then decide boundaries of your process, like uh, which you are going to use. And after the boundaries are like, we can say, when does the process start, or where or when does it end, and also like level of detail, like how much detailed to be included in the diagram. These are the boundaries of your process that you have to decide. And brainstorm activities takes place. So write each like everything on your card or like note, and arrange the activities in proper sequence. And when all activities are included, then we have to see whether the sequence is correct or not, and draw the arrows to show the flow of the process. And um, and review the flowchart with others involved in the process, like workers or supervisors or suppliers, customers, anyone, to see if they agree that the process is drawn accurately or not. Next, creating a basic flowchart in Visu. In Viso, it is the best flowchart software for office power users. Uh, that is Microsoft Visio. So this the basic flowchart template in this Microsoft Visio, it comes with shapes that you can use to show many kinds of process, and it is especially useful for showing the basic business flowchart. Okay. And now we have steps like how we will create in Microsoft Visio. First start the Visio, and then when you open Visio, click on the flowchart category. We will have different categories, as we have seen in previous chapters. So we will go with flowchart. Double click on basic flowchart, and then for each step in the process that you are documenting, drag the flowchart shape onto your drawing, same as we have uh, done in the different like softwares that we have done. uh, Same process will be continue in all softwares also. So in Viso also same thing. And then connect the flowchart shapes by holding your mouse and a pointer over the first shape. Then click the small arrow that appears there, and that points to the shape you want to connect and all. And if the second shape is not directly across from the first shape, then click and hold the small arrow and drag it into the second shape and drop the connector in the middle of the second shape, so that you will get that arrow in it. And then you can add and after that we have to add text to the shape or connector, and select it, and then type like what is the content in it. And when you are finished typing on that, click on the blank area of the place so that it will save. And like if you want to change the direction of the connector's arrow, then you can select the connector, and then on the shape tab, uh, in the shape styles group, and then click line and point to arrows, select the arrow direction style that you want. So these are all on in the main menu, so that you can go to the shape tab, and in that we have different styles and lines and arrows. So if you want arrows, you can click on arrows. And here I have taken an example, simple example, uh, that is a team member. So in a we have a team member project, we have a project. So a team member, he suggests a project, then they will discuss, like they will have a meeting, and they will discuss their ideas with each other. And participants they will participants they will decide if idea is good or not. They will discuss about it. If one of members idea is good, yes, then the team member, they will decide about the further project plans. If no, then he will reject the idea. If he will reject the idea, it will directly go to the end of the proposal, because the idea is totally rejected. And if not enough, like if we want some more to search on it, like if we want more information on it, then he will see, then it can continue the process. uh, like he can, again he can tell his idea in the meeting, and then again they will discuss if the idea is good or not. Again the process repeats. So here, if he is okay with that idea, and then they will write the proposal. Like team member, he writes the proposal, and proposal, uh, if the proposal is okay, if that what he writes, like what they have ideas, is that okay, if it is yes, then they will finalize it, and they will send to the final decision maker, like who takes the final decision. He sends the proposal to the to final decision maker. Otherwise, if it is no, then the team member, he revises the proposal, like he again he thinks and checks. uh, yeah. So the team member, if he sends the proposal to the final decision maker, then the end of the proposal, like they have made it, they have sent it, and the project is finalized for up to them, and end of the flowchart. Next, how to plan and draw flowchart. Basic flowchart. How to plan and draw a basic flowchart. So first, define your purpose and scope. So defining your purpose and scope means, uh, here a flowchart, it usually displays the sequence of the activities in a process, and who is responsible for those activities. So responsible means, how do I show responsibilities on a flowchart? Means, so responsibilities are, they are represented by the columns on a flowchart. So the flowchart symbols, they are placed within the column of the person or group responsible to complete that item. So that we have to take it as responsible for that those activities on a flowchart. So that is defining the purpose of flowchart. Next, identify the task in chronological order. So this is it begin by listing all the tasks in a process in this order. And participants, they will ask questions like what happens next in this process, or do you need to make a decision before next step, or what approvals are required before you move on to the next task, and so on and so on. They will observe it, and they will question it. Next, organize them by type and responding shape. So here, organize them by type and responding shapes means, we have shapes that process, decision, data, inputs, outputs. We have to take correct shapes. Next, draw your chart. So here we can draw by hand, or you can use various software applications that we can use, like Viso, eDraw. uh, we have many software. We can use that. Next, confirm your flowchart. So confirm your flowchart is the steps, which we have taken. uh, the participants who are there, they will observe the process to make sure that you have not missed anything important to your purpose. They will see that and will confirm it. So these are the plans that we are going to do, and draw a basic flowchart. And next, when to use flowchart. Like when we will use, uh, for what we will use means, to develop understanding of how a process is done in step by step, and to study a process for improvement, and to communicate others how a process is done. uh, when better communication is needed between people involved with the same process, to document a process, planning a project, etc., we can use flowchart. End of the chapter 7. Thank you.